outside the NAMM special software booth. Had the great pleasure to interview Eduardo Tarilonte. The developer is very well known for his libraries, just Altus, Cantus, and his latest African Kwaya library, as well as the Era collection and the new Era 2 vocal codec.
Hello, I'm Eduardo Tarilonte, sample library developer for the service, and I'm happy to be here with you, Don. Well, to me, inspiration is one of the most important things when I'm preparing a new library. It's like, well, I always say that to me a library is like writing a book or making a movie. Everything has to be related, from the cover, the GUI, the instruments. It's like the library has to tell something together. So I like a lot fantasy stuff, and of course fantasy music or epic music. All that fantasy stuff is what inspired me to make sample libraries.
I also thought it was very interesting that Eduardo develops in both Contact and the engine from Best Service, so ask him how he decides which sample player he wants to develop in.
I really think that the important thing is the sound, you know, it's not the platform. So Contact is a great platform, everyone uses it, it's really good. One of the main reasons are the scripting capabilities, you know, so Contact is really, you can do many things. And when you have to do something complex like a choir, a word builder, or it's really important to have those scripting capabilities. Engine is a really good sample player, and it's the service, and I like to support the service, you know. So when I can, I really like to do libraries in Engine. Some people ask, why don't you move from Engine to Contact, this library, for example, First Kingdom, from Engine to Contact, you know, and in the end, I think it's not so important, you know, because the sound is what matters. So your client doesn't care if you are using Contact or Engine. It works, it sounds, so to me that's the important thing.
Then I asked Eduardo to share a little bit about his experience creating his latest library, Era 2 vocal codec.
This library was a really long-awaited library to me, you know, because I'm really a fan of Celtic music, early music. So, as always, one of the most difficult things is finding the players or the singers in this case, you know, because I'm very picky about that. Celtia, the Celtic boys, well, to me it's like a dream, you know, the Avery boys. Smoothest one in terms of recordings, you know, was pretty easy, and I really enjoyed the recordings. One of the things, for example, one of the most amazing things I've ever seen was that the medieval tenor is so good. I remember when we were recording him, it was like, I couldn't believe he didn't fail any note, you know. It was like, you know, there are thousands of samples, and he never failed. It was like one after the other, and then we went back to see, okay, if it's the continuity, you know, if everything sounding exactly the same. It was like a copy-paste, you know, from, it was really amazing.
Anytime I get to talk to a developer, I'm always interested to hear about challenges they may have while developing a library. Eduardo had no shortage of stories, but one in particular I knew I had to share with you guys.
I took to the studio one guy, you know, he was sitting down after our recording, and he fell down against the microphone and broke a microphone that was worth 6,000 euros, and we had to call emergencies because he couldn't move, you know, after the fall. So we went to the hospital with him. Well, it was really an amazing thing, you know.